I have prayed to the Seven for more than a month. Bran's life is in their hands now.
Hey guys, it's Kev. This video is going to be a straight narration. To give you background, Robb Stark has just captured Jaime. He is prisoner in the cells of Riverrun. Brienne is with Catelyn. Her father is dying, and Catelyn just received word that her two sons, Brandon and Rickon, were murdered by Theon. Imagine being a mother and hearing that. Alright, here we go. From the pen of the man himself, George R.R. Martin. The great hall of Riverrun was a lonely place for two to sit to supper. Deep shadows draped the walls. One of the torches had guttered out, leaving only three. Catelyn sat staring into her wine goblet. The vintage tasted thin and sour on her tongue. Brienne was across from her. Between them, her father's high seat was as empty as the rest of the hall. Even the servants were gone. She had given them leave to join the celebration. I cannot blame them, Catelyn thought. They do not know, and if they did, why should they care? They never knew my sons, never watched Bran climb with their hearts in their throats, pride and terror, so mingled they seemed as one. Never heard him laugh, never smiled to see Rickon trying so fiercely to be like his older brothers. I am become a sour woman, Catelyn thought. I take no joy in mead nor meat, and song and laughter have become suspicious strangers to me. I am a creature of grief and dust and bitter longings. There is an empty place within me where my heart once was. The sound of the other woman's eating had become intolerable to her. Brienne, I am no fit company. Go join the revels if you would. Drink a horn of ale and dance to Raymond's harping. I am not made for revels, my lady. Her big hands tore apart a heel of the black bread. Brienne stared at the chunks as if she had forgotten what they were. If you command it, Catelyn could sense her discomfort. I only thought you might enjoy happier company than mine. I'm well content. There was another bird this morning. Catelyn did not know why she said it. The maester woke me at once. That was dutiful, but not kind. Not kind at all. She had not meant to tell Brienne. No one knew but her and Maester Vyman, and she had meant to keep it that way until what? Foolish woman, will holding it secret in your heart make it any less true? If you never tell, never speak of it, will it become only a dream? Less than a dream, a nightmare half remembered? Oh, if only the gods would be so good. The bird came from Castle Serwyn, from Sir Roderick, my castellan. Dark wings, dark words. He has gathered what power he could and is marching on Winterfell to take the castle back. How unimportant all that sounded now. But he said, he wrote, he told me, My lady, what is it? Is it some news of your sons? Such a simple question that was. Would that the answer could be as simple. When Catelyn tried to speak, the words caught in her throat. I have no sons but Robb. She managed those terrible words without a sob, and for that much she was glad. Brienne looked at her with horror. My lady! Bran and Rickon tried to escape, but were taken at a mill on the Acorn Water. Theon Greyjoy has mounted their heads on the walls of Winterfell. Theon Greyjoy, who ate at my table since he was a boy of 10. I have said it, gods forgive me, I have said it and made it true. Brienne's face was a watery blur. She reached across the table, but her fingers stopped short of Catelyn's, as if the touch might be unwelcome. There are no words, my lady. My good lady, your sons, they're with the gods now. Are they? Catelyn said sharply. What god would let this happen? Rickon was only a baby. How could he deserve such a death? And Bran, when I left the north, he had not opened his eyes since his fall. I had to go before he woke. Now I can never return to him, or hear him laugh again. She showed Bran her palms, her fingers. These scars, they sent a man to cut Bran's throat as he lay sleeping. He would have died then, and me with him, but Bran's wolf tore out the man's throat. That gave her a moment's pause. I suppose Theon killed the wolves too. He must have, elsewise. I was certain the boys would be safe, so long as their dire wolves were with them, like Robb with his Grey Wind, but my daughters have no wolves now. The abrupt shift of topic left Brienne bewildered. Your daughters? Sansa was a lady of 13. Always so courteous and eager to please. She loved nothing so well as tales of knightly valor. Men would say she had my look, but she will grow into a woman far more beautiful than I ever was. You can see that. I often sent away her maids so I could brush her hair myself. She had auburn hair, lighter than mine, and so thick and soft. The red in it would catch the light of torches and shine like copper. And Arya, well, Ned's visitors would often mistake her for a stable boy if they rode into the yard unannounced. Arya was a trial, it must be said. Half a boy and half a wolf pup. Forbid her anything, and it became her heart's desire. She had Ned's long face, and her hair was... and brown hair that always looked as though a bird had been nesting in it. I despaired of ever making a lady of her. She collected scabs as other girls collected dolls, and would say anything that came into her head. I think she must be dead too. When she said that, it felt as though a giant hand was squeezing her chest. I want them all dead, Brienne. Theon Greyjoy first, then Jaime Lannister and Cersei and the Imp. Everyone. But my girls will... The Queen, she has a little girl of her own, Brienne said awkwardly, and sons too, of an age with yours. When she hears, perhaps she may take pity and... Send my daughters back unharmed? Catelyn smiled sadly. There is a sweet innocence about you, child. I wish, but no. Robb will avenge his brothers. Ice can kill, as dead as fire. Ice was Ned's greatsword, Valyrian steel, marked with the ripples of 1,000 foldings, so sharp I feared to touch it. Robb's blade is dull as a cudgel compared to ice. It will not be easy for him to get Theon's head off, I fear. The Starks do not use headsmen. Ned always said that the man who passes the sentence should swing the blade, though he never took any joy in the duty. But I would, oh yes. She stared at the scarred hands, opened and closed them, then slowly raised her eyes. I've sent him wine. Wine? Brienne was lost. Robb or Theon Greyjoy? The Kingslayer. The ploy had served her well with Cleo's Frey. I hope you're thirsty, Jaime. I hope your throat is dry and tight. I would like you to come with me. I am yours to command, my lady. Good. Catelyn rose abruptly. Stay, finish your meal in peace. I'll send for you later, at midnight. So late, my lady? The dungeons are windowless. 1 hour is much like another down there, and for me, all hours are midnight. Her footsteps rang hollowly when Catelyn left the hall. As she climbed to Lord Hoster Solar, she could hear them outside, shouting, Tully, and a cup to the brave young lord. My father is not dead, she wanted to shout down at them. My sons are dead, but my father lives. Damn you all. And he is your lord still. Alright, now we're going to skip forward to a scene where she's sitting there with her father. He's dying. Lord Hoster lay on his back, mouth open, his breath a faint whistling sigh. One hand hung over the edge of the mattress, a pale, frail, fleshless thing, but warm when she touched it. She slid her fingers through his and closed them. No matter how tightly I hold him, I cannot keep him here, she thought sadly. Let him go. Yet her fingers would not seem to unbend. I have no one to talk to, father, she told him. I pray, but the gods do not answer. Last night, I dreamed of that time Liza and I got lost while riding back from Seaguard. Do you remember? That strange fog came up and we fell behind the rest of the party. Everything was gray, and I could not see a foot past the nose of my horse. We lost the road. The branches of the trees were like long skinny arms reaching out to grab us as we passed. Liza started to cry, and when I shouted, the fog seemed to swallow the sound. But Peter knew where we were, and he rode back and found us. But there's no one to find me now, is there? This time, I have to find our own way, and it's hard, so hard. I keep remembering the Stark words, winter has come, father. For me. For me. Robb must fight the Greyjoys now, as well as the Lannisters, and for what? For a gold hat and an iron chair? Surely the land is blood enough. I want my girls back. I want Robb to lay down his sword and pick some homely daughter of Walder Frey to make him happy and give him sons. I want Bran and Rickon back. I want... Catelyn hung her head. I want, she said once more, and then her words were gone. After a time, the candle guttered and went out. Moonlight slanted beneath the slats of the shutters, laying pale, silvery bars across her father's face. She could hear the soft whisper of his labored breathing, the endless rush of waters, the faint chords of some love song drifting up from the yard. So sad and sweet. I loved a maid as red as autumn, with sunset in her hair. Catelyn never noticed when the singing ended. Hours had passed, yet it seemed only a heartbeat before Brienne was at the door. My lady, she announced softly, midnight has come. Midnight has come, father, she thought, and I must do my duty. She let go of his hand. There you go, folks, the seeds of Lady Stoneheart.